I am Steele, the National Sales Manager at Kilgore National here at our training center. If you like the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel and get all our future content. And today what we want to talk about is our top 3 skulls you use at the university level. We're going to start with the number 1 skull. This is the number 1 skull we sell at the universities for a lot of different reasons. What we'll talk about is the ins and the outs. What I like about this skull, it's our A20. All right, A-20. You find it on our website, kilgorenational.com. Nice part of this skull is you remove the top part of the covarium, which is really great. You have these locator pins and magnets. So when you want to reattach, all you have to do is just line them up, reattach, there's no problem at all. You have 28 teeth on here. We're pretty decent anatomy. And also what's nice part about it too is that you have this spring here that attaches on the mandible. So if you want, what you can do is you could detach that. Go out of camera here for a second. Once you detach that, you have your mandible right here. So you can move it around, put it back into occlusion, and when you're ready to reattach, all you have to do is kind of line it up, attach a spring onto that pin, and you're good to go. Now, if this ever gets overstretched past capacity, all you have to do is give us a call, let us know. We can get you a new spring, no problem at all. And you'll be all set with the A20. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is how universities actually use this and function at that level. So what they mainly do is you study the anatomy on it. I said it has 28 teeth, and you study all the anatomical features of the skull. But what really makes the skull popular, what a lot of universities do, is they take this and they actually have the students work on it. They paint on the origins, insertions, they label all the landmarks, and when the students are done, when they graduate and they move on, they have a skull they can take with them to practice. It has completely everything done, everything labeled and painted. They use it for patient education, even their own anatomy study. So it's really, really good, and that's what makes the skull so popular. This is our number 2 skull. This is the A-22. You can find it at kilgoreinternational.com. A lot of the same features A22 has. Like about it is a calvarium's removable. You have these locator pins and the magnets, so when you're ready to put it back on, you line it up, it snaps right back in. You saw the inside was painted, I'll get to that in a minute. Some really cool features. You do have all 28 teeth again, which is great. Pretty good anatomy on it as well. And just like the A20 skull, you have this spring system here. So you go ahead and detach that, remove the mandible, use it for wherever you like to use it for, pass it around to the students. You can kind of double up students on these skulls if you want. Go ahead and reattach. And now we're back into occlusion. We're all spring loaded. You ever stretch that past capacity, just like the A20, give us a call. We'll make sure to get you another one. And now we'll move on to how we use it. Now let's talk about how universities use the skull. So a lot of different reasons. You saw that all these are already labeled with landmarks. So it's going to come with a key card, locator card, which is nice because the students can either, number 1, take it with them, they can study that and kind of test themselves, or number 2, you could do it. You could have a test where the students, they have to name every part of this skull, and you have the locator card right there as a key card. So really cool feature. You see the mandibles opened up, which I love that because now you have mandibular nerve. You have impaction right here as well. You can see we have cross-section teeth on here. So these cross-section teeth that open up, you can see the pulp chambers. The other nice part about it too is when you're learning anesthesia, it's great because you can point out different landmarks in the skull too. You know, how can we use this, or where certain blocks are that they're supposed to be using. So all really good features. And again, what I showed you earlier, even the inside's painted. So you can go here and study the different parts of the skull, the interior portion, and again, it has it labeled in here as well. So it's all in the key card, and it's a great, great anatomy study and practice for the students, and just an overall great learning tool. All right, this is our number 3 most popular skull used at the university level. This is the A-22/1. A-22/1. You can find it at kilgoreinternational.com. And some of the ins and outs of this skull, a lot of the same stuff. I mean, you have the calvarium that removes. So you see this, and again, you have the locator pins, the magnets. You can go ahead and reattach. So you line that up, snaps right back in. You saw the paint inside again, so a lot like the A22, but we'll go over that in a minute. You have all 28 teeth here, pretty decent anatomy. The nice part too is spring loaded. again, so you can go ahead and remove that off the spring, pull the mandible off, pass around student to student. You can double up students on the same skull. Also, when you're ready to snap it back in, and again, the spring very easily will attach back on. So super easy to use, and now we'll talk about how we use it at university level. All right, so the A-22/1, very similar to the A-22, right? The main difference, all the origins and insertions are painted, which is great. So not only do you get the locator landmarks and get the key card with it, where you can do exams, self-study, but you also have all the origins and insertions painted, so it kind of takes that next step forward. And what's nice about it too, again, everything's painted inside, everything's labeled, which is great. Go ahead and snap this back on. The mandible is opened up. So it's nice that you could show just, the mandibular nerve, you could show impaction, there's different cross sections again to the teeth, so you could show some of that, the pulp chamber, some of the different anatomy. And again, if you're teaching anesthesia, it's great too, because now you can pinpoint some of the landmarks, some different nerve blocks that the students need to be studying and be aware of before they go to live patients. So a lot of cool features in this one. Again, very similar to the A-22, but this one, the A-22/1, very unique because it has origin insertions painted, so be sure to check it out. One last note, for each one of these skulls, and most of our skulls are going to start coming with this tag on here. You can go ahead, click the QR code, scan it. Be sure to register your skull, you get a 5-year warranty. And the nice part too is you get this free anatomy app as well. So you and your students will have access to that. You can check out this, your particular skull, and just see all the different features on that app. So be sure to check that out. If you like the video, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel for all future content. Hope you enjoyed our top 3 skulls, and be sure to check us out at kilgoreinternational.com.